A beginner's guide to Battlefield 1. So I've been playing Battlefield since Battlefield 3. I just kind of wanted to make a guide for Battlefield 1 in order to get people started. Just if they're picking up the game for like the holidays or something like that, they've never played a Battlefield game before. So the first thing I want to talk about is class choice. So first of all, I would start by playing with the medic class. I personally learned the scout class first way back in Battlefield 3, but the medic class is definitely the easiest one to learn, at least in my opinion. It provides the best survivability with the medic bags, along with some very fast time to kill weapons in Battlefield 1 specifically. They're usually a 3-tap, and the weapons are all viable at basically all ranges, other than the extremes of close to long range. So you're obviously not going to be able to do as well as a shotgun at extremely close range or a sniper rifle at extremely long range. The weapons in the class are all about shot pacing though, so make sure you're not spam firing your weapons. You need to let the gun settle before you shoot again. Otherwise you'll miss a lot of shots other than maybe your initial shot. So basically, you just need to manage your recoil. So once you fire a shot, just wait at like half a second and fire again. Don't just like constantly be pulling the trigger, otherwise the weapon's kick will just keep carrying you up and you'll miss basically every shot you shoot. Never spam fire unless you know the weapon you're using extremely well. At least with the medic class, their weapons are basically like the DMRs from Battlefield 4. And in terms of game types that you should start playing, I know Conquest and Rush are some of the most fun game modes in the game. That's what everyone plays, and you can definitely jump straight in and go for Conquest or Rush and learn in there, or learn the mechanics in there. But if you actually want to be good at the game, improve 1v1 skill, situational awareness, and learn positioning, I would advise playing the smaller game types like Team Deathmatch or Domination. They dial in the amount of things going on the map at one time by largely removing the factor of vehicles, and you'll be able to practice your shot and map movement without the worry of a tank shell bursting through a wall right next to you. The player number is also limited down to 12, I believe, in this one. So you won't have to worry about getting shot by a sniper like, 1,000 meters away on a cliffside that you had no idea they were there. So if you want to learn kind of the basics of the game and just like how to shoot initially, I would advise, playing maybe like 1 or 2 team deathmatch or domination games if you're just playing for fun. But if you're actually serious about the game and you want to try and like get, fairly good at it or above average at it, I would just grind out team deathmatch and domination until you feel comfortable that you can beat most people in 1v1s. And even Pigeons is pretty fun because there's not really any vehicles in that either, other than I think like little cars from what I remember, but I don't even think those are in there. But as far as playstyle, this is something I wanted to briefly cover, nothing super in-depth. The basic successful playstyle in Battlefield 1 is defensive play. Pulling enemies to you rather than pushing on them is essentially the idea. You need to not push on the enemy unless it is clearly going to be an advantageous situation for you. If you're pushing on someone, 9 times out of 10 you'll be at a disadvantage, even if you're bayonet charging, which by the way I would be very careful about doing that unless you know you're going to get a kill with it, just because it's very finicky sometimes in terms of like if it even locks on, you can just kind of whiff stuff. I normally don't bayonet charge though, so I know it's like some people are a lot better at it. You basically need to wait for an opportune moment to push when the enemy is distracted if you are going to play a more aggressive playstyle. Otherwise, don't push, let the enemy come to you. Also, as a side tip to just start out, don't 1v1 head on until you get the hang of the way guns shoot. Your most advantageous positioning in Battlefield 1 will be on the enemy's flanks, or obviously behind them. That way you can at least get a couple free shots before they notice you. I would advise staying on the flank though rather than behind them, because if you're behind enemy lines you can get killed real fast unless you have a surefire escape plan. But those are my basic tips for Battlefield 1 if you're just picking this game up for the holidays or something like that, or if you even just picked the game up today. Also, play the story campaign if you want to learn the absolute basics of the game. All the campaigns are pretty entertaining, but they're also designed to teach you how to play the game. For example, the plane campaign teaches you how to fly, the tank campaign teaches you how to drive tanks, and all the other stuff teaches you how to shoot and things like that. So I hope this video helped you guys out. If it did, let me know in the comments, and like and subscribe if you want to see more gaming videos. I'll see you guys in the next one.